Good afternoon. As you can see, there is no more snow behind and it is very bright. The sun is out. It's probably about 13-14 degrees. It was 17 yesterday, so we've decided we're going to check up at the ridge, see how the camera's getting on. We did have one visit that might be on the camera, but I'm not sure yet until we get up there. But soon it'll be a turkey season, so I want to try and get the cameras running for as long up until the start of turkey hunting season, and then bring them down here nearer to the flooded field for something a little bit more different. So let's all head on up. So without the snow, it made it a lot easier to get up here to the camera trap. Without the snow, it's just a quick straight up through the woods and up the hill. As the temperature's starting to warm up, I'm expecting maybe a few bears to come through. We've got maybe 3 clips of bears last year, but I only have kind of a set amount of cameras and there's so much space, and we're only putting them really on along the walkways and the trails made by the landowner. So I've just walked through, everything seems to be working, so I'm going to open up and see if we've got anything. I'm always a little bit doubtful, so I've got a bug there, but we'll see what we can get. Fingers crossed we've got at least something interesting on there. I'll have a look now. Seems to be a few very dark pictures. Maybe the flash didn't go off, or I'm not sure why. Looks like some kind of animal went through, maybe a raccoon. Unfortunately, we didn't get any images on this occasion. There's some really nice ones of Dan on here in the snow, but we don't have any interesting ones here. I might change this setup. It's a bit of a risk, but I might change it to aperture priority mode, or at least manual and exposure, and have the exposure for 30 seconds. I might prefer to use aperture priority, but I'll have to kind of think about how I'm going to do this. We did have an otter that came through during the sort of snow and ice that we had recently, but it didn't record any images that I can see on there. Maybe when I get home I might be able to pull up the exposure on some of the nighttime images to see what animals came through. Hopefully it's not a bear. We have got a camera over there looking at the setup, but unfortunately this one's a bit of a dud, and I might just change the position slightly, but we'll give it a go. There's still plenty of time before turkey season opens, so let's get to work putting some new batteries in and leaving this to do its thing. So I've just reset this flash. This is at 1/16th power, and I'll probably put the other flash at 1/32 power, so sort of the next one down, and hopefully that will kind of offset the lighting. And as we're going to aim for nocturnal inhabitants, we did just see our 3-legged friend walk past us, but I'm hoping that there might be some more nocturnal activity coming through. So I'm going to go over to the other flash, change over the batteries, and then kind of get to work resetting the settings on the camera. So we've got this really nice setup here, the view. I've just made sure the cam traction sensor is facing where I want it and when an animal's coming through. And you might be able to see slightly there on screen, that's Dan walking through the camera. And it's currently on aperture priority mode. And I've got an aperture priority because I'm taking a bit of a risk and a gamble that something will come through during the night. This is an excellent place. We often get coyotes come through here at night, bobcat come through. We also have bears as well. So everything's set up here. Fingers crossed it works. Unfortunately, nothing that I could see on the camera. There may be some results at the end of the video where I've just pulled the exposure up just so you can see if anything did come through. It's not always, you get photos that you want with camera trapping. It's a lot of trial and error. But me and Dan will head back down. I'll probably check the log camera as well, because I'll move both of those setups in probably about 15-20 days time, just before turkey season starts for the landowner here, and we can get some different photos. So we're going to head them down, close up the camera, and go check out the log camera. I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but there's an otter. It's coming. I think it's coming down. Wow, we've just seen an otter. Well, Dan's seen an otter in the forest. Oh, he's coming around. Maybe he went down. He's gone down way over there now. But how cool is that? Me and Dan were literally just saying, which way should we go back? Should we go back the way we came, or should we go back a different way? And it was Dan's decision to go this way. And so we've now seen the fox, and we've seen the otter that we've seen on the cameras. And there's no water around. There's a big lake that's way at the back of the property, but we're quite some distance from the flooded field where we've seen them. But it's really interesting. If any of you have encountered otters in strange kind of environments, then drop a comment down below. That's really interesting to see. Oh, and the chipmunks are out, just hiding under the leaf litter over there. Well, who knows what else we might see on our walk back down to the lake. So it's just me over here at the log. Unfortunately, because it's flooded quite a way, all of this melting water, and also we've had quite a lot of rain recently. Dan's hiking boots, I'm waterproof over the ankle, whereas my Wellington boots are. So it's just going to be me for now. I haven't checked the camera. I've seen that it's working. I've seen that we had a few visitors. And we came to the check, changed some batteries over because we were preparing for the ice storm. So we came and changed them. We've got some really nice pictures of the owl who keeps visiting. I keep seeing him on her on the rear link cameras there. So I'll go ahead and have a look. 204 images. Oh, I have a really bad habit of forgetting to delete stuff off old memory cards, so it's probably not as many as that. It's interesting because I can hear some rustling. It's most likely there's squirrels that are coming around here, but could be the otter. We have seen the otter come down this way, using these kind of flooded areas as kind of passageways to move about the forest a bit quicker. But just in case there's anything bigger, I'm going to get to work, change all the batteries, which is pretty boring. So there wasn't much on the camera. And as I say, I'm going to change up the batteries now and then head back down, so we're all good to go. So I've just changed up with the batteries. I worked out what our mysterious creature is. It's a grouse, just digging away in the leaf litter, making itself sound much bigger than it actually is. I've also kind of gambled with this camera, and I've changed it to aperture priority. We're getting a lot of nighttime images, and so I'm thinking that we might get something a little bit more interesting if we have aperture priority, include a bit more of the background, and if we get the owl at night, that'd be pretty cool as well. So we're going to leave this camera. Wasn't much really, unfortunately the weather has decided otherwise, but I'm going to head back now, and me and Dan are going to do a bit of bird watching on the way back by the flooded field. We might see an otter again, and yeah, so that's everything for now. And next time I'll be removing both of the setups, so the one up at the ridge and the one down here, and trying to place them in slightly different areas where I can play around a bit more with the aperture priority mode, and also manual, to see if I can get some nice nocturnal images of wildlife. But Dan's sitting on a log down there, so I better go and make our way back now. So I'll catch you on the next one.